Welcome to our Locked It series where we share with you how our brokers have been achieving top record prices for our sellers. And if you are an owner who is looking to make that move and you're wondering how much your valuation of your unit is, please remember to scan the QR code over here and we will reach out to you. And today we got Jerralyn, again, who just sold a 2-bed, 2-bath at Forrett. This unit is very special because it was in the market for 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
Marketed by another agent before that. And the agent herself said that she wouldn't buy this unit. So, talk
that
to
agent
us.
wasn't me.
Yeah.
The agent wasn't me.
No, before that, the agent before that marketing the unit told the owner that she wouldn't buy this unit but herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us, how do you manage to sell this unit? Must be really difficult, right?
First, maybe you can share a bit more on how this owner met us. So this owner was one of our YouTube viewers who watched our Locked It series.
Okay.
And at that time, she was selling her unit for quite some time already. And that was when she decided to reach out to us to see if we are able to actually help her on her listing. So I remember meeting them around December, around end December last year, around the holiday season.
Yeah.
And when I first met them, I remember they told me that they felt so helpless because they said that the unit has been on the market for like 3 to 4 months. And they told me that even my current agent who's marketing this place told me that she wouldn't even buy this unit for herself.
Oh no.
And
Okay, why?
I was thinking, why? Like, what's so bad? Because I have seen so many other units that's like worse. And I was thinking, it's a newly
in the RCR,
right? TOP project.
Exactly.
I was thinking, how bad can this unit be?
Yeah.
So after that, she shared with me. I was looking through the pricing analysis and everything. And only after I went into the unit and I realized, I understood why. It was because the master bedroom had an incoming road directly coming in. So it was like a T-junction and we had like this incoming road coming in directly. And a lot of the buyers...
Into the master bedroom?
Into the master bedroom.
Oh.
So a lot of buyers who like super pandang, they would not want to buy this unit because of feng shui reasons.
Okay.
But not saying that 100% of buyers out there care about feng shui because
yes.
there are some buyers who care about feng shui, but not all buyers care about feng shui.
Yeah, and some people maybe they like the oncoming traffic. Maybe it feels
for
like,
them.
whoa, like roller coaster like that. When they wake up, they see the car coming towards them. Right? Maybe some people like
maybe
right? No, not me, for sure.
But thankfully the buyer that eventually bought this unit didn't care. So we know that there's always buyers out there. It's just how you market it to them and how you bring the value. If you yourself don't believe in the unit, then of course whenever you present the unit to the buyers, you always have this idea in mind that it's a unit that no buyer would ever want to buy.
Yes.
So eventually when you present, then you're gonna bring this energy to that buyer.
Yes.
Right?
Subconsciously, right? Whether you like it or not.
And if the buyer's gonna be like, oh, there's this incoming road traffic to my master bedroom, I'm not gonna like it. Then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't like it too.
Okay, the question is, did the buyer ever raise this concern?
The buyer did say that, this is a potential concern for my future exit. It doesn't bother me, but I know that this could be one of the reasons why some buyers would not want to get this unit.
Right.
Yeah, but thankfully this buyer, he doesn't really care. Okay. He's like a young buyer, he's a single guy, he just wants like a home for himself. So I think it was like the perfect buyer for this home.
Okay, so we needed to go and find this buyer who knows how to appreciate this unit.
Yes.
So the previous agent who marketed this unit has tried her best, right? To go and find the buyer, 3 to 4 months. What do you do different compared to the other agent?
So this unit was on the market for about 3 to 4 months before we took over.
Yeah.
And we know that every time when we take over a listing that's already on the market for quite some time, it's different from when
it's fresh.
It's a fresh listing. It's like when there's a fresh product out there, well, no matter what you're buying, you always like it when it's new.
Yes.
But if it's already there, you keep going back to let's say you keep going back to the same store and the product is still there, you're going to think, oh, maybe it's not as
in demand
as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So we had to like think, how can we market this home such that it looks like a fresh listing? It doesn't look like it's been there for quite some time. Because I understand from the current owner that it's been on the market for about 3 to 4 months, being marketed by about 2 agents. So it was an open listing before. So we came in with a pricing analysis to see, okay, first, how much should we position this unit at? Pricing wise, it wasn't a problem. It was actually very realistic in terms of the asking price. Okay. And for that surrounding area, it was about asking the same price as some of the surrounding resale projects that's slightly bigger but slightly older. So I understand that price point wasn't the main problem for this. Yep. So I wanted to see the layout. Layout was actually really good because layout, it was a slightly bigger 2-bedroom with an enclosable kitchen. Rarely in newly TOP projects you would get
Two-beders
a two-bedder with
enclosed
enclosable kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, so this one, enclosed kitchen with also a window for ventilation.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
so
that's nice.
living and dining space was also comfortable. We also had like a storage room. But I think what the owner mentioned was when she first bought this unit, she didn't know that there were different types of 2-bed, 2-bath layouts.
Okay.
She didn't know that there was a 2-bed, 2-bath flexi room where you could use the storeroom as also a study room.
Okay.
But this one was a 2-bed, 2-bath with a storeroom, which is the
Only
household
used as
shelter. You could only use it as a household shelter. You
Okay.
cannot use it as a study.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was one of the cons of this layout compared
Right.
to the other two-plan
Right.
studies.
Yeah.
But not saying that it's not going to be able to sell because
Yep.
that other unit
Will definitely go for higher
the two-bedroom
price
flexi is asking at a higher price.
Yeah, for sure.
Asking
Yeah.
at a higher price, the owners also entered at a slightly higher price. So for buyers out there who don't really need a study, they can just use it as a storage room. They are okay with this layout. So when I first did the site visit, I saw that, okay, the problem with this unit was the facing of the master bedroom and potentially the floor level because it's on the second floor.
Yeah.
And there are different facings for Forrett. You have pool facing units,
Okay.
you have garden facing units, and you also have road facing units.
Yep.
This unit was facing the road, which is on the low floor, and also the incoming road for the master bedroom. So the moment I came in, that was my focus.
Yep.
So I knew that, okay, as a buyer, if I were to come in without any furnitures, this is what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to try here, okay, how's the noise from this
Yes.
unit? How's the facing of this unit and everything? So I wanted to divert the attention of the buyer to the USP of the home, which was the layout. So what we proposed to the owner was to do up staging
Okay.
for this place and also a virtual tour so that we can filter out sincere and serious buyers. Virtual tour is always standard.
Yeah.
But of course, we cannot do a virtual tour if the unit is empty lah.
Yeah.
Because the feeling is different when
Yes.
you see the place and even when you come into the home. So we actually proposed a home staging and also a virtual tour with professional photo shoot so that when we uploaded the listing up,
Yep.
it looks like a fresh listing. It didn't look like that listing has been on the market for about 3 to 4 months.
Right. I think one advantage of home staging is also because it's a newly TOP project.
Yes.
We got 600 over units, right?
Yes.
In this whole
This
development.
entire project, you have like 600 over units,
Yeah.
and there were like
How
over
many for
10
sale?
units for
For sale,
sale
for
of
sure.
a similar size.
Yeah.
So it's always about that competition on, who's selling at a better price. And the thing is, it didn't really help much that this one was facing towards the incoming road for the
Yes.
master bedroom.
Yeah.
So generally, a lot of the buyers, if the price point isn't too much of a difference from the other listings, they tend to go to the other listing. So we wanted to see, okay, how can I at least get this buyer to notice my listing and get them to come? Because sometimes when they ask, hey, for this listing, is it road facing or is it pool facing? Which facing is this?
Yeah.
The moment you tell them that it's road facing,
They don't even wanna come
may not
view.
even want to come and view.
Yeah.
It becomes their second choice.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is where the first impression of the layout has to really create that impression in the buyer's mind when they see it.
Okay. So during the viewing, when the buyers came down, what were the biggest objections from these buyers? And how did you guys position this unit compared to the other units that were for sale?
Yeah, so every time we do up the price analysis upfront with the owners, this is where we already kind of know how we can position this unit. After the site visit, we also saw, okay, layout is actually very good considering the size, the price, and the location. Because we actually compared to some of the surrounding TOP projects, you don't really have a similar layout to this. Maybe
Okay.
similar ones would be resale projects,
Yeah.
but those are already about 10 years older.
Yeah.
And price point was very similar. So in terms of positioning this unit, we already knew that what we were gonna focus on for this unit was the floor plan. And yes, we also kind of knew that we were gonna get objections about the facing, the
Yeah.
road facing,
Yeah.
as well as maybe some noise level for some buyers who are very noise sensitive. Because I mentioned earlier it's on the second floor and it's road facing, and for the master bedroom we had this incoming road
Yeah.
traffic
The
coming
feng shui
in
thing
towards
lah.
the master bedroom, which was some feng shui for people or for buyers who care about feng shui. This is a unit that they may not want to buy into.
Right.
So whenever buyers come over, I focus a lot on the price point as well as the floor plan comparison, where we included analysis of surrounding projects, resale, new launch, and there was also a new project nearby called the Reserve Residences.
Yep.
And for just a regular 2-bed, 2-bath, the price point was really higher because it was a mixed development.
Okay.
So for someone who doesn't need that convenience of
Yeah.
having like a mall just right below your condo, and for people who drive, this price point and for the layout is really attractive.
Right.
So this was the analysis that I provided and shared with all the buyers whenever they come over, because most of them, they either felt like the road noise was a bit too loud for them, even though it wasn't that loud, because even though it's road facing, it's a very small road. it's actually a road. I always share with the buyers that it's a road that serves the residents living in the area. And even though it's on the low floor, on the second floor, but the thing is you're facing towards a landed home. You're facing towards like a landed enclave.
Yeah.
You're not facing like a condo opposite you, which is like of 10 to 12 floors.
Right.
So even though you're on the second floor, you actually don't feel like it's really on the second floor because your opposite facing view is actually towards a landed enclave.
It's not really blocked lah.
So you don't really get like, it's not really blocked. You still get to see like open skies.
Yeah.
You still get to see like, an open view. So this was something that I focused on for the buyers coming over.
So of course there will always be objections from different types of buyers, right? And what our job as an agent is of course to show them what the value of this unit is.
Exactly.
And then we don't always like focus on the negative points. Like different buyers will have different perspectives, right?
I would not tell the owner that I would not buy the unit myself. That's the last thing I would do.
Yeah, so even let's say for low floor units, we
Yeah.
don't focus on that. There will
Yes.
be buyers who like low floor units.
Yes.
And then even for high floor units, not all buyers like high floor units. Some people are afraid of heights.
Yeah, I
right?
recently
Possibly?
had a listing that's on another low floor unit, and there was also another listing on the high floor.
Yeah.
The buyer decided to come to my unit and make an offer because they're scared of heights. So that unit wasn't suitable for them.
Yeah, so you see?
really do get a lot of buyers out there. It's always about how you position the unit and show the value of the home to the buyers so that they're able to see it.
Exactly. So that's actually our job as
That
salespeople.
is what we are paid for.
Yes, that's exactly what we're paid for.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm just like any random agent who's just opening the doors and letting the buyers view it themselves, then I'm just a doorman.
Yeah.
Then it's easy for agents to just get paid that way. But
Yep.
that's not the value we provide
Yeah.
to our clients.
And then what you also did, you came up with a very detailed analysis
Yeah.
to tell them what is basically the main selling point, the USP of the
USP.
unit. So every home is different, every
Yes.
unit is different,
Yes.
right? So every home has a different set of USPs. So
Yes.
this is our job, to sell the USP to the buyer lah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even for pool facing units, not every buyer out there likes pool facing units because pool facing units would mean that you're gonna be facing your neighbors. Your
Number one.
privacy.
Number two,
Your
you'll be
number one,
facing
the
kids' noise.
You're gonna get kids noise
Every weekend. Yeah.
So pool facing units. Okay, maybe you get some pool view. That's
Yep.
the pros. But the cons is you are not gonna get as good privacy because you're gonna be facing your neighbors.
Yep.
And you're also gonna get the noise from the kids
Yes.
screaming from the pool.
Yes.
So there are buyers out there who prefer non-pool facing. Actually, for myself, I prefer road facing. I will take the road facing.
Same.
Because first, the road is not that noisy, and I get much better privacy because I know that no one's talking in my unit.
Yes, yeah.
And I remember we were interviewing like one of the influencers in Let's
Yeah.
Get Real, and she said that one of her criteria when buying a home is she has to be able to be butt naked when she walks around the house
Oh, yeah.
on all windows. So there are always different types of buyers out there. So it's
Yes.
just about how you position the unit.
Correct.
Yeah.
And road facing units sometimes, generally
Yeah.
cheaper than pool facing units also.
Yes,
Right?
slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
And actually sometimes it's just about how you get the buyer to
See
how
it from
they
your
see it from your
perspective.
perspective.
Yes, correct.
Because if you keep highlighting there's a road facing unit, they're gonna think, okay, it's gonna be noisy. But actually it's a very small road that's only serving residents around that area.
Yeah.
It's just like 1 to 2 cars passing by
Yeah.
once in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like a constant road noise coming in like a highway.
And of course,
Yeah.
noise is also very subjective.
Yeah,
right? Some
yeah.
people are very, very sensitive to noise.
Yeah.
Some people, it's like white noise to them.
Yeah.
So when you brought in this offer, right?
Yeah.
Can you share with us how much was it?
Yes, the offer that came in was initially the buyer was looking around 1.6. We managed to push it up to 1.625 million.
The buyer was looking at 1.6.
Initially was only 1.6. So this buyer, very interesting. So when we first marketed it in the first month,
Yeah.
this buyer already came into view. He did show some interest, but because he just started viewing, he felt that he hasn't seen enough. And he had this price point in mind, but he wanted to put in a hold first before giving a firm offer.
Okay. His
So-
price point was 1.6 lah.
About 1.6 to 1.62.
What was the seller's asking price?
The seller's asking price was initially about 1.69, and then we did a price adjustment to bring up the inquiries because a lot of similar listings that's pool facing with a flexi room was also asking about the same price.
Right.
So this was when we did a slight price adjustment in the second month, and we got a lot more inquiries.
Yep.
And I've been following up with this same buyer as well for the past 1 to 2 months since he viewed the property.
Yeah.
So since he viewed the property, he came with an agent, and he came with this agent. He did show interest, but because he hasn't viewed that many units yet. He wanted to shop around first to see what he really wanted. And then I've been following up with the agent. Initially, after viewing quite a few, the agent said that the buyer's putting the purchase on hold. And after we did the price adjustment to $1.65 million, this was when I gave the agent a call again to ask whether or not the buyer is still looking. Because we have done the price adjustment and we told him that we're going to be getting way more buyers looking into this unit after this price adjustment. And we did. So eventually, this was when the buyer decided to come for a second viewing.
Okay.
And the thing that I think we haven't mentioned this in the entire episode here was that there was another exact same listing on the third floor, right upstairs ours.
You're on the second floor.
Ours
and just
was on the
above
second
you,
floor.
there was a third floor listed for sale.
At the same price.
1.65.
Yes.
Okay.
Both were listed at 1.69 initially.
Okay.
So we had that listing and our listing.
Yeah.
Both just same stack, just right above each other.
So naturally,
as a buyer, you will go for that higher floor.
For sure.
I would go for the higher floor. So I wanted to really push this buyer to come to ours because the moment this buyer goes up there, I don't know when the next offer will come in.
Yes.
And this was something that I also communicated very transparently with the owners since we took up this listing. So initially, I thought that was our listing.
Yeah.
But then I actually came to find out that listing was actually on the third floor. It was a very strong competition because price point was very close to ours.
Yeah.
So I had to really think of how I could really bring the co-broke to our unit instead of the other listing. So thankfully, when we first marketed the unit, remember we did home staging?
Yes.
So this home staging really gave and brought an impression to this buyer where he remembered our listing.
Yeah.
And the agent knew that there was also another listing on the third floor, but they didn't view that listing yet.
Okay.
So they viewed ours. They knew there was that listing, but they didn't view it yet. So when I followed up about the price adjustment, so that was when they came back with an offer.
Oh,
so
sick.
I really brought them back to our listing because I knew that pricing up there was also okay to close around our asking price.
Probably. Yeah.
Yes.
And naturally, as a buyer, if I can get a higher floor unit at the same price.
At a even a slightly higher price, I don't mind going.
Yeah, usually buyers are okay to take a higher floor at a slightly higher price.
Yeah, so we worked very closely with the co-broke and we gave him really good incentive on the co-broke commission so that he can bring the buyer over. Because if not, there's really a risk that we may not even get an offer until now. Because when I actually checked on the listing, the listing for the third floor until today is still there.
And that's how many months?
That's about 2 months ago already.
So that means if he had bought that listing, your listing was still in the market for another 2 more months.
Maybe.
Possibly, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So I think this shows your diligence in working with the seller as well, working closely to let her know that what's available in the market and what's our competition.
Yes.
And then if that unit goes first, right, we don't know when an offer will come in for our unit.
The risk is always, I think we are really thankful for this owner over here who really trusts us.
Yes.
Anything we actually anything that we do, we update them. And any suggestions that we actually gave to them, they were okay with our suggestion and let us to really go ahead with the suggestion. So I think thankful on that part where the owners really trusted us because of the weekly updates that we've been giving our owners. And the thing with offers like this is, it may seem like, hey, is this really the best offer? But if we actually take a look back at the past few months, first before they engaged us, it's been on the market for about 3 to 4 months. And then when they engaged us, this was the only offer that we had. And maybe there may be another offer coming in, but the question mark is always we don't know when it's going to come in.
It can be 1 year later.
Yes, it may be like another few months later. So it's always important to take. If the price is reasonable, it's time to really take and move on because it's always about the opportunity cost of your purchase side. If you
They bought it for investment, is it?
They bought this home for investment, yes, but they also have another own stay home.
Oh, okay.
So they were planning to, use the name to buy another own stay, another investment property.
Correct.
But the thing is, if your listing is stuck on the market,
you cannot invest.
We cannot invest. And when buyers see that it's on the market for so long, they're going to think like, what's the problem with this? And they're going to then they're going to think back about that incoming road for the master bedroom and think that could be the issue.
Correct.
Even though actually not all of the buyers mentioned about that. Yeah, it was only like a few buyers that mentioned, hey, this is some fengshui stuff that I'm concerned about, but not all the buyers had that concern.
Right.
But if the listing was on the market for so long and buyers are going to see that all the time when their property grew, they're going to think that could be the issue. And the longer it is on the market, the lower your offer is going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was when we actually guided the owners. We were able to read the situation with the buyers, with the listing, and guided the owners to, let's move on, and then look into your purchase side already.
Okay. One pro tip for sellers out there.
One pro tip is to not pass us non-fresh listing. But we are really thankful for these owners because they watched our Locked It series and they learned some tips from there and they decided to meet with us and engaged us. And they also engaged us for their second property to sell, which we're also thankful for the opportunity. So this shows that, we did a good job for them for the first one that they trusted us with the second one. So it's always important to engage the right agent from the start.
Yep.
And because this really determines your next 3 months.
Yes.
Yeah, and if your listings on the market for more than 3 months, it's really a different perspective and perception that buyers are going to have of your place when it's a stale listing compared to when it's a fresh listing. And price point, sometimes some owners may think, let's just wait out for a better offer. Let's see if there are more buyers. But sometimes it's really important to, read the situation, read the room, and take and move on to your next purchase because it's always, it's important to actually engage a team who is able to actually advise you on both the sell and the buy side, not just the sell side.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think this gave the owners the confidence to really move on already.
Yeah, so the amount of time the unit stays in the market is actually very important. The longer it stays in the market, the harder it is to sell.
The lesser you get, the lesser the buyers want to buy.
Yes. So 99% of the time, right, usually during the first month, the first offer that comes in usually is the best offer because this is when you get offers from serious buyers or people who are ready to commit rather than people who are just still shopping around and maybe haven't even sold their place yet. So whether you're an owner who's looking to sell your property or if you have a listing that's stuck in the market for a long time, you can reach out to us by scanning the QR code over here and our team will reach out to you. Thank you for watching another episode of our Locked It series. We hope you have benefited from it. My name is Charlie.
My name is Jerralyn.
And see you in the next episode.
Bye.